Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my beautiful rideshare revolutionaries. It's me, Gio. Y'all know the fuck it is. I got to sleep in on a Monday, which is rare. It's Memorial Day weekend. I don't have any cookouts that I'm going to, so right now I'm just gonna go to the movies, go watch John Wick. But one of the things I want to talk about right now is hopefully the air conditioner doesn't distract too much. Um, uh, This is more for like the Chicago drivers because this is something you guys can probably all relate to. Because, like I said, I've never driven outside of my market, so I don't know how it works. But one of the things I commonly tell people is someone will ask like, "Oh, I took one ride to Hyde Park, and then every ride after that took me further south. Is that normal?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." But then it's not just the south side. That happens up north too. Like if you end up in Wilmette, you can end up in Highland Park. You can, and then after that, you can go further north to like Waukegan, Gurnee. You know, you can end up on the other side of the border. It happens. Same thing when you're out west. If you find yourself in Lombard, next thing you know, you can end up in Aurora. It happens, guys. That's just traffic goes in one direction when you're taking rides like that. That's the business will just take you in certain directions. And yesterday I was frustrated because like I knew demand was going to be heavier, more around the city, but not south of the city. And I was getting rides, but I wanted surge rides, right? So let me go into what happened yesterday, which was very frustrating. Good numbers last week, huh? Good numbers for the machine. All right, let's look at when this madness started. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and say it started with this ride. Yeah, this is when it started. Okay, so I'll move my face down here. So there you go. This ride, I forgot how I ended up. Oh, that was like a festival this weekend going on in where this trip kind of started. So it took me a little bit south, okay? And then immediately after that ride, which was it this one? Took me further south to 62nd place, okay? 62nd. And then after that one, I had this ride, which took me. Come on, load. Where you at? Where you at? What's going on here? I figured that would happen. All right, let's try again. Yeah, that one took me further south to Oak Lawn. All right, notice I'm only going further and further south away from the money. Okay, so that one took me to Oak Lawn. Then this was a shorty. I remember this was like a 4-minute ride, which this one didn't take me south, but it took me west. So 111th Street. So if you guys, that first ride where this started took me from 18th Street to 111th Street, very far south from the city. At that point, probably 40 minutes south. And this one took me a little bit further. This one took me 94th. And then this one took me a little bit east. So not really. So, and then after that, I turned my app off because I was frustrated. I didn't want to be that far from where I knew there'd be surge, right? So I turned my app off. As soon as I turned my app off, my group chat started sending screenshots of $36 surge at Midway. A $36 flat surge at Midway. And I'm like, well, I'm only like 15 minutes away from there. Might as well try to get to that. So I drove over to Midway. I went to the lot. When I got to the lot, um, there was 45 cars ahead of me, and the surge was at $21, flat surge. Um, and I waited there for probably 30 minutes. anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes. And then, so that happened. And then I got this ride, and this Uber lost a good amount of money on this one because they didn't ping me from the airport. So they didn't apply in-demand pricing to this passenger. So check this out. Oh, yeah. Was that her address? Am I gonna have to? No, good. I thought that showed an address. I don't want to have to edit this video. So check this out, guys. The rider paid $15 and Uber lost $18 of that one. So because of the fact that I had to take that because the surge was down to $9.75 at that time when I took that ride from the lot. But it's still, obviously with the flat surge, you stick to the highest surge amount that you had, right? So if I would have gotten at the lot when it was $36, then I would have gotten paid a lot more for this one, obviously. So that happened. And then the following, and let me show you some screenshots here that are very interesting. Look at this. This was the surge at 9:22 p.m. for Uber. 9:22. At 9:21, there was pretty much no queue at the Lyft lot, and the most I would have made extra on a ride is $3. Amateur as fuck. All right, back on topic. So that ride happened. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, I tried setting my filter. It was not letting me set my filter for like an hour and a half. So so I had one ride pretty much taking me northeast, and that was the one from the bum lot. This one took me south, back south to 21st. These were surging, luckily. This one took me south. This one took me south. And then this is the one where I wanted to smack the fucking passenger, I think. No, this is the one I wanted to smack the passenger. So on this ride, I actually did use my filter. I set my filter to Uptown. I got a ride that said 16 minutes. So from like Englewood, I'm like, okay, that should be, I mean, that's at least progress, right? Going in that direction. So I picked the person up and we start heading north, and then he started to argue with me saying I'm going the wrong way. And I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm going where the app tells you. He's like, well, that's not where I live. And I'm like, where do you live? And he starts saying his address. And I'm like, okay, that's not what it says on the app, dude. He's like, well, you got to go there. And I was like, I'm not a psych. I don't know how to get to places off the top of my head like that. If he would have said, we're going to, what's on the south side that I recognize? I don't know. UIC. I'm like, okay, I can get there off the top of my head. If you're giving me a random street, I don't know where the hell that is. And he's giving me lip, and I'm like, dude, change your address and I will drive in there. I don't know how to get there. So finally figured it out because someone else ordered the ride for him. Dropped him off and got a ping. This one was on a filter. This one took me from Englewood to Hyde Park, and then I had my last ride, luckily, take me to pretty much around McCorm Place. So literally, I mean, that's like 8 out of 10 rides, 8 out of 11 rides or something. We're all headed south. And that's why, like, I know some of you play the race card on this channel a lot. It's not racism when I want to make money. And if I kept on getting dragged away from the money, it's not racism. But I finished up strong. I did everything I had to do, but this is something that I think it's I want to get this out there for my Chicago drivers, because know that this kind of shit is normal. If you don't filter, and sometimes if you're not allowed to filter, because I wasn't allowed to set a filter for an hour and a half, then you will be stuck. You're probably only going further south. And I was really frustrated yesterday. I got a little short with the guy who told me I was driving the wrong way when I was just driving the way the app told me to. Because a good part of the day on Saturday, I spent around like the lower south side and the west side, not really getting where demand was high, not really getting those good rides. Like I still did it, but like, you know, someone, a buddy of mine sent me a screenshot where it was like the north side was surging at $9. I'm like, I'd much rather be taking $9 north side rides than $3 south side rides going south, you know. So that's what happened. That was my that was my little rundown of what happened yesterday. You guys saw the surges from Uber and Lyft at the airport. I don't know why. I still think, honestly, my theory is that Lyft is rolling out these power zones for the express drivers. I think that they're doing this because they know express drivers have to drive for Lyft, so they might have enough of those express drivers to where like they're going to be collecting so much money on the passenger's end and not paying out bonuses or power zones to the express drivers, because the express drivers have to drive. They have to pretty much accept every single ride, and whether they're beneficial or not to them, but they have to do it. So that's what I think is going on with the power zones. But let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.